Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Rama, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Rama, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Rama, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Rama, 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 Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, 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 Jai Jai, there's no prophet to come, my dear. He's already here. No distance to travel from here. Nearer and near. Christ like you are. The Krishna consciousness. Shiva, you are. My dear, you are. Namah Shivaya, Hare Krishna, Hare Namah Shivaya, Hare Krishna. There is no prophet to come, my dear. is already here. No, 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 phone to carry the timeless meaning. The Christ light you are, Krishna consciousness. Shiva being you are, my dear. You are. Amen. No, Namah Shivaya. Hare Krishna. Amen. No, Namah Shivaya. Hare Krishna. Christ light you are, Krishna consciousness. Shiva being you are, my dear. You are. Ananta, Lord Father Guruji. Ananta, Love and Father Guruji. But now I want to sleep. I die, I want to sleep. My heart belongs to her. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Ananta, Father Guruji. Ananta, beloved Father Guruji. Now I want you to sleep. I die, I want you to sleep. My heart belongs to you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Gurudev, Gurudev Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri 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 Guruji Namaha Shri 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 Mujiji Namaha Great grace is always falling like rain. Grace is always falling. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Grace is always falling like rain. Grace is always falling. Shri 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 Guruji Namaha Shri 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 Mujiji Namaha Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai. Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai. Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji ki jai. Ananta ji ki jai, Ananta ji
Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. If you're in the Hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic when you feel it is appropriate. And on YouTube chat, you can post your questions over there and we will look at them. Nothing that is said here in Satsang will work for the me. Nothing will work for you as long as you identify as an individual entity, this me. All this pointing is to show you that there is no such thing as the individual you have always believed yourself to be. Everything that is said here is for that. Sometimes we get confused because we send some peace, some love and joy, and something says, yes, yes, this is really working for me. This is really helping me. Actually, it isn't. Are you willing to hand over this me, which is just a belief? So when we say, are you willing to hand over, it is not heavy work also, just an idea. Because usually when we say, I hand over this me to you, as if it's a huge sacrifice. As if it's a huge sacrifice. Something very great that we are doing. I'm handing over the me. But this is again, it can be sometimes that the me itself is saying, I'm handing over the me. I'm so great now that I'm handing over the me to you. So if the me is handed over, then what is left? And don't be scared of this little bit of sense of emptiness that you will experience. It is only the fear that comes naturally because you feel that for our entire life we have depended on the voice of this mind. And without this, I seem to be falling. Without the crutches of my mind, I seem to be falling. But very often I say that this is not falling, but this is flying. You feel that you are falling because you let go of the crutches of your thought. But actually, you're just learning to fly. And it is thought itself that comes and says, oh, but I'm falling, I'm falling. That is why it is not to be just said conversationally that I've handed over the me. If the me has been handed over, then who's worried about the falling? Who is the one that is tracking, am I falling or flying? Don't go just from ideas to ideas. because no idea is going to bring you to freedom. Nothing you will hear today will make you get it. So stop trying to get it. All that is needed, just a simple looking and seeing that there is nobody here. There is nobody here. Inside the body, outside the body, there is nobody here. All that is happening is just a happening. It is not happening to anybody. And if we insist that something is happening to me, then at least have the openness to explore who is this me that something is happening to. You can quickly check how this world is being experienced actually. It's very simple. How is this world being experienced? You hear the sounds. Where are they being experienced? Who is the experiencer of the sounds you hear? Is it not your own being? How do you experience your own body? Just a set of sensations. Just sensations. And is it not the same presence which experiences this? All that is phenomenally experienced is experienced by our own being. Your own presence. And this presence is not resisting anything. The presence is not resisting anything. Often we say welcome. It is not even actually welcoming anything. It just is. All that is phenomenal is experienced by being without any resistance. In fact, you will come to a point where you will say that is this the experience of something, or the actual creation and the experience are the same. You cannot give these things to the mind, but you might have this insight that my experience of something and the creation of that phenomena are the same thing actually. All that is seeming to cause some trouble is the existence of this voice which is constantly interpreting, evaluating, and passing judgment on everything that is. And we have mistaken that voice to be me. That's all it is. Being your pure presence is the experiencer of all phenomena without any commentary. And yet, there is this voice which is constantly interpreting, evaluating, commentating on everything which is appearing. The only mistake, if there is such a thing, it's all a play actually, but if you were to say that there was a mistake, the only mistake was to believe that this voice is my voice, the voice of the me. So now we have to wait for this voice to go away before reaching some sort of freedom, liberation, whatever words you want to use. Do we have to wait for this voice to go away? No, we don't. Because I have never met one, and I have met many sages who are without this voice. This voice does not stop. It is this mind itself which is saying that my freedom will be when this voice stops. So then, if this voice does not stop, and this voice is the source of seeming trouble, suffering, identity, then is there any hope? So, what can be done? And for this, the Master has given us very beautifully the key. He says that it is not the voice itself which has power. It is not these thoughts, these energies called thoughts, by themselves that have power. They get power by our attention and our belief. So then, if these thoughts continue and they have no power over us, then we cannot suffer. And already he has said, we give them power through our attention and belief. You see? And he has not said attention or belief. He said attention and belief. This makes things very, very simple. Very, very simple. Because what do we find? Attention can be problematic. Try to control attention, it wants to run away from us. But belief is the simplest thing. Therefore, the Master says, don't buy any concept. What does it mean, don't buy a concept? Just means don't believe what this voice is saying. All conceptual, all just ideas. So then we want to know, okay, so if I don't believe my thoughts, if I don't believe my next thought, what will it do for me? Nothing at all. In fact, this sense of me might feel very threatened, might feel like I'm losing control over my life. But tell me, if any of us actually had control over our lives, would we come to satsang even? If our lives were in our control, what are we doing here? It's just life is in our control. Today I decided I will be happy and joyful and peaceful. That's it. Yeah. It doesn't work this way, you see. All this rah 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 self help stuff helps us feel good maybe for a few moments and then again. You see? Because still this sense that I am an individual is believed in, there can be no lasting happiness, peace, or joy. Because the foundation itself is completely shaky, you see. How can there be stability for this me when itself it is made up of just a set of ideas? They're constantly changing. So the way we are used to in life, how does this help me? Everything is sold to you on this basis. This helps me because this. This will help you because this. And you buy it, you see. Here I am saying this is not going to help you. And yet it is the most helpful pointing because the sense of me, the sense of you cannot survive without being nourished by belief in thoughts. Therefore, we must truly introspect and see what is it that I really want. Do I want something for the identity? Am I looking for something which will help me control my life better, help make me greater, help me understand better? And if this is what you want, then truly we are at the end of our communion. Because after this, it will only be frustration. I'm not finding this, I'm not finding that. You see, all of this will only lead to more and more frustration. And then you just come to satsang saying, okay, maybe in the presence of satsang, there'll be some peace, there'll be some joy. And sometimes, yes, okay, but many times just frustration, frustration, not getting it, I'm not getting it. Why? Why does this happen? And to get over this sense of frustrated, the mind might give you another trump card. It might say, hey, actually, he says it's very simple. Before you got it, you see. And it can throw this can at you also and say that now you personally got it. Please free yourself from this idea that I got. If the discovery was not that there was nothing to get, I have always been this, there's no difference between my brother and I, we are one, we are the same, then it must be still coming from the mind. Just smell for specialness. Someone once, a few months ago, long time ago, came to Satsang and just we were sharing something and something came that, maybe it is the rest of the world which is more evolved than all of us. Because very quickly in Satsang we can pick up this belief that we are the super evolved ones that are closest to God and discovering our true nature or something. And I said, how do we know? You see? Maybe it is that we prepare ourselves with the discovery of the truths and then we get ready to play. Don't know any of this. So avoid any sort of satsang specialness or ideas of liberation or freedom or getting somewhere. Then when we meet our brothers and sisters who are not in satsang also, then we are not saying, oh, this one is so caught up in the mind. You see, this one is still so egoistic. I'm so special. And then we will not have this sense, oh, I stopped getting along with everyone. I stopped getting along. Because although we are saying like that, and sometimes we pretend as if we are saying very humbly, no, the whole world, stop getting along with the world. Because actually, what are you saying? Because I'm special now. Yes.
With my college friends on Sunday.
Yes.
We had a party, and then this guy they talk only all bullshit stuff. So I got really I don't think I'm special.
Yeah.
I love my company, but I got really, really, the energies became very different. And then I lost all the, there was no specialness. I don't feel I'm special. But all the bad stuff is again coming up in me. And then I want to indulge.
Mm.
My body wants to indulge. And it's suffering. Really serious suffering. What can I do? What should I do? They talk only about the stupid stuff.
Yeah, they talked about this. Like all this indulging in temptation of the world.
Yeah. All about clothing and everything. Only that. Only college stuff. Women and drinking. It's terrible. It's really suffering.
Yeah.
At the time it's fun, okay? I go along with it. Because everyone they're fast. And they're good guys, good friends.
Yeah.
But that's about all they know.
Yeah.
What do? I don't want to be a holy guy in front of them. I don't want to drop them.
Yes.
But they're good guys.
Also, so when I say that we must not be special or have this arrogance of spirituality around our friends, it also doesn't mean the reverse, that we go along with all of their beliefs. What kind of friends are they if they cannot accept you for who you are now? You say they are my friends because we had a lot of fun in college and all we spoke about was drinking and all the other fun stuff. Now if I just say, hey buddy, I'm not really that much interested in this, they'll all drop you.
They won't like me. I mean, I'm not afraid of that. I never used to drink with them, but now I drink beef pizza or wine. I'm not a drunkard. I'm a social
Yes.
drinker. I'm not attached to drinking.
Yeah.
I only drink when I have family.
Yes, but the question was that if you share with them openly where you are now, that hey, I don't feel so interested in drinking or women or this, what will happen? They will not like you anymore?
I'm not so pure to all the time keep my the beautiful self with me, getting corrected. What can I do? Getting corrected.
So it is not that they will drop you.
They won't drop
It
me.
is that when you come into their company, these temptations seem stronger for you. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Because it keeps the buttons keep getting pressed.
Yes. So it's a real serious problem.
Yes, there is something about non-Satsang company
Yeah.
which triggers some aspects of you that you want to leave far behind. Because each time you try to bridge the gap, there is no bridging
Yes,
of the gap.
yes.
You simply have to leave
Yes,
far
yes.
behind.
But is this not an opportunity for our inquiry? Would this mean then that if I'm interested in satsang, then I cannot have any friends outside of satsang?
No, it
Or
is
I cannot have work, or I cannot meet my college friends?
It's not like that.
Yeah.
But it just feels like, say, I'm not, I've never been much of a social
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
but by some quirk of fate, I've been very solitary. But many times when I've tried to revisit the past, as in the friends from school, the friends from college, it has left me feeling so queasy because what is being spoken to is some part of you that is long dead. And there's some feeling that has to be integrated, and they paying homage to that, and you similarly have to pay homage to some. It's really, it has no meaning, and whatever friendship you feel from a distance, that is also lost when you go and force yourself. That's my feeling.
Can I share?
Very tired.
I feel like when there was a lot of like, I am spiritual, it was more difficult to actually communicate. And I just met my college friends like after a long time, a couple of months back, and whatever needed to be spoken was spoken. And if I believe the thought that I'm different from them because they are in the world and I'm spiritual, then it would be more like painful to me, but it was actually a joy. I could just see that I didn't talk a lot or indulge in a lot of conversations, like they were just talking about their husbands, and something didn't feel like it, but when it felt like something was enjoying, it would just enjoy. Like the spiritual ego is more burden. Like here, I saw that like I feel like I can't go talk to my friends anymore. But it does also play like you prefer satsang company to the work company.
I can tell you from my example that on the weekends we are very social because my wife, she'd like to go meet people. Some people will come meet them, and mostly it is not spiritual. We met some cousins of hers that were here from Bombay the other day, and just kidding around and just talking about things and nothing. It was not. It did not feel, oh, what am I doing? Where am I wasting my time? What are these people talking? All this was not there. Just moment to moment, it was like this. And many, they also joke with me a lot. Look at your beard. You become, we saw on Facebook, you become one Swamiji. So, do you mind if we drink in front of you? Do you mind if there's non-vegetarian food? None of it. It's just fun. So if you're not going as a me who is now spiritual, then none of this is just, in the moment it is enjoyed. You see? So, couple of different symptoms here. One is this symptom that I feel that when I'm around company which is not satsang, then it can feel like I get tempted by their way of thinking. See? This will not last because this is the fear itself is much more than anything. So if you drop this fear that, oh, now I will pick up because these people just talking about drinking and women, I will also get tempted like this. You will not. You just, there will be so much stability in your heart over there that you just, it will just come and it will go. It will not really. And momentary, if some temptation comes, you want to have another drink, momentary it comes and goes, it's okay. I think the amount you beat yourself up over it is much more than the actual temptation itself. The guilt of still being tempted is much more than the temptation itself. What is the worst case scenario that you feel like having another drink, or you feel like being in the company of a woman or something like this? That's the worst case scenario. And what has told you that in spirituality your something will happen to you if these events actually were to happen?
I feel sick.
You yourself feel sick. Okay, then not even this.
Then I feel like a pariah. What do you call it? Pariah. Yes, stray dog. Coming to satsang, like stray dog.
Or when you come here, then you feel sick.
No, if I would do all that, I would like to. I'm scared that I would lose
Yes, but the fear is not of doing all of that. You see, because there's even a, so there can be thoughts about all of this. Now, what is happening with you is when these thoughts are coming, you are saying, no, I'm too pure for these thoughts now. So let the thoughts also come and go. Don't resist any type of thought. You see? I'm not saying you go and purposefully engage with these kind of people who seed your mind with these kind of thoughts. But don't be fearful of these thoughts. Let the thought come and go. Still this fear that if this thought comes, then I might actually do something which is not good or something like that. Is that what the fear is? Or just the fear of the thought itself is so much?
The thoughts are engaging in all this.
The thoughts are engaging in all of this.
Engaging me to do all this actions.
But They get your belief. Basically, that's the problem.
Yes.
These thoughts come and they get your belief. And then
I want to do all this stuff. Then
you want to engage in all of this because these thoughts are getting your belief. And how long does this last?
it doesn't last long, but the suffering is very acute.
And what is the suffering? The guilt.
Yeah.
You see? So first, can we get rid of the guilt? I know this will sound like dangerous stuff. The mind hears it like, what is he saying? Just should I indulge in all of these thoughts and first get rid of the guilt? What does this mean? This is a license. This is a free license. This is the way we hear it, isn't it? But first, get rid of the guilt. And you will find that the fear that the mind was making me out to be some kind of a pariah or something, some word you use, just an idea. You're more like a cuddly teddy bear than a pariah. I don't feel anyone can feel you're a pariah. It's just your mind is painting this picture for you. I will become like this.
Past was not good.
Past is past.
And when I got married, I never did very good.
Yes.
When I stayed married, I was good. I was separated from my wife, and I was disciplined. I would go. Discipline is very bad situation.
I feel that the discipline is going. Okay, it is my blessing to you that may you never do anything which is exploitative in any way. You take this burden away from yourself and you give it to me. Priya wants to come. Where is Priya? Is she leaving?
I think she needs some help. Maria wanted to speak.
Huh?
Maria wanted.
Maria wanted to come? Maria can come. You have to unmute your mic, my dear. Yes, you can unmute your mic. Yes, Maria, yeah.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
Talking to me? Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes. Namaste. We lost your video somehow and now your audio is also muted. Okay, now video is back but audio is gone. Okay, now it's...
Are you listening to me?
Yes, Maria. Yes, yes.
Oh, it's my first time in the Hangout.
Welcome, welcome.
And I discover soon your satsangs because I found Guruji a year ago in Portugal. I'm in Portugal. And I discovered soon your satsangs and also Ramdas Samsangs.
Yeah.
And it's the first time in the Hangout. And very happy to look at you and see all this love. And today I was really needing help. And when you at first began to talk, it was amazing. I began to crying because it seems you are answering my question better than if I was my English not good.
Yeah.
I have the sensation you knew exactly what. I don't know if it was just for me, but it was amazing.
Thank
You
you.
were talking about to die, to fall. It's how I feel. I'm losing the control. I didn't realize what it was happening with me 2 days ago. I was trying to talk also to say something to Ramdas Saturday, but I was so tired. I didn't sleep. I don't sleep at night. I'm so scared, and I think it's for a good thing. But I'm so scared because this fear was here all my life. And 1 year in Satsang with Guruji is killing me. And I'm being in the next retreat in Mount Sahaj. And I'm very happy. But I'm so scared because I know something must change. I'm not able to continue carry on. And I have the sensation I have not to explain nothing because you know better than me. It's so amazing. Oh, I can't believe I am so good. I didn't sleep and I was in the possibility to be here early because sometimes in this hour I'm sleeping.
Yes, yeah. You're in Paris, or where are you?
What, Father?
Where are you right now? In Europe? In France, or
I'm near Lisbon.
near Lisbon? Okay.
Yes, sometimes I go to Satsang. Last year I found the Guruji here in Portugal. Someone taught me, you must go to a Satsang. What you are asking for, searching for, you can find in this country because I wanted to go to Brazil. And someone by Facebook tell me. And when I go in July next year, I recognize my Guruji. I was not expecting in this lifetime found my Guruji and here in this country.
How wonderful.
I think it's not necessary to talk about my story. It was very dramatic, very anxiety, living by mind and by fears. I can perceive you're understanding me. Oh, what a grace. I feel it's finishing the capacity of living by effort. It's finishing. At the first months of satsang, it was my mind, very compulsive. And in August last year, I was talking to Guruji in satsang. I had the courage. I was completely, shining and confused. And he told me I was in the end of the road. But in April, I was talking also to him in satsang in Mount Sahaj or Sangamavan and telling him, you told me I was in the end of the road, but it never ends. I'm suffering a lot. And I was so confused and I feel close to life. And he was saying this was my mind. But because the sensation of death are very strong and of this crash and drown. And I'm losing the capacity of being in this state because I'm losing day by day. I'm feeling more weak, tiredness and exhausted. And I know, or my body cannot support anymore, or something will fall. And you are talking at first, and oh, I cannot explain. What a grace! And I'm feeling some synchronicities. It's because my neighbor, woman, is waiting a baby. It's near. It's very close the born.
Yes.
And for me, I think I see all my life I have had the sensation I was not born to life. I'm not alive, I'm dead. And sometimes I cannot explain to people what this. And I think I cannot wait. I'm 54 years. I cannot support anymore. So it's going in a good, I'm going in a good, oh Father. Oh, and I'm asking you, Father, I didn't answer. I'm feeling you as a father. And with Guruji, I feel so shy, I don't know what it is. If it is the distance, if it is because I'm in my own home, my sofa, it's familiar, because I'm feeling so protected.
Very beautiful.
I can trust.
Very good. She said some very beautiful things. I want to recap some of them. Maybe there's some echo.
What?
I was just saying that you said some very beautiful things, and I want to point out some of them. One of them was when she started, she said that somehow you were answering all my questions. You see, this is very beautiful. Because when I met Guruji also, I just felt I was there and he was just answering my questions. See? This is the beautiful oneness that we find in Satsang, that our questions are being answered without even asking many times. This is very beautiful. And this fear of something is happening to me after Satsang, many of us have had this, isn't it? They have this fear, something is happening to me. And it's very beautiful to let this me just dissolve in Satsang. If we're still carrying the me, then it can still seem like, oh, it's being attacked every day, or something is happening to the me more and more. It's not fun for the me. Satsang is not fun. For the me, it is not fun. It is the most blissful for being itself. But if there's a me that is carried into Satsang, then mostly it can seem like a very crushing sort of experience. It feels like something is being crushed.
Yes, and smashed internally, and it's like all my body. In Satsang, sometimes in the moment of Satsang, it's very good when I began to feel solved, mental and physically, and sometimes it's very difficult to express myself if I want to talk. But I was feeling for the first time it was no, I'm talking, but I'm feeling it's not necessary. Perhaps because I'm in this despair, I'm more receptive, I don't know. I'm in the time of the began to opening to some other thing. But after Satsang, my mind comes and wants to control and to imagine how it will be. And I imagine I will scream a lot, and if I can't, and I cannot contain this, because in Satsang I don't need to scream, just to solve. But my mind wants to have the answers after come, and in this preparation to go to Sahaja, I'm using, it comes the knowledge of your satsangs of Ram, the satsangs, and I'm using it as a, oh, it's a synchronicity also, something comes to prepare me to, and I think I'm preparing myself. It's amazing because I'm suffering a lot, but also all the things are going on to make me now talking to you. I feel fear, but I can perceive that I'm in a good place to die or to born or to just feel free of this suffering, because I don't want this anymore. I don't believe anymore in it was a mental illness. I don't believe really in mental illness. It's an excuse.
Very good, very good.
I followed my Sangha in a oh, it will pass this fear. Oh, save me, help me. And I was very worried about coming this way to Satsang, but oh, so good, so grateful.
Very welcome here, my dear. You're very welcome. And Guruji's grace is upon you. And you beautifully said that it is His grace which is taking care of all of this. And you'll see that there are no answers for the mind. No answer can truly satisfy the mind. You see? And there are no questions for being.
I continue without answers on mind, but I'm feeling some joy with the best things.
Because when you come to the presence of your own being, and in satsang we are creating the energy field where you can, it
Oh,
becomes more perceptible, your own presence becomes more
oh, I
perceptible.
remember something. I just talked to Guruji 2 times in Satsang, and the first time it was more the attraction for go there in front, and after I was talking just 2 times, but it was very I was just burning with this fear and this. And the second time, I think it was in April, Guruji told me that I was not yet in the point of, I was very afraid, and I was carrying in this carry on also because I was not in the point of openness to the truth. It was not complete this point. And after this, I was doing Simar retreat at home, and it was very difficult. And I'm feeling more this desire of I don't know if it is because of this despair, but not also this desire of soul, a big lack of peace or a big. I think now the something wants really to merge. What can you perceive that are a different openness, some openness.
Very good. This openness is enough.
I think it's what I want now.
This openness will take care of very beautifully your discovery of yourself. If you have this openness, if it arises like this, you see, very beautifully. Something else also which she said, which I wanted to point out. She said that Guruji told her that for you it's at the end of the road, end of the road. Then after some time she felt it's still going on. He said it's the end of the road. Even Amba like this, she told me that in satsang I told someone that just in a couple of days it can be over for you. It will be over for you. Just in a couple of days it'll be over. And it wasn't over in a couple of days. So they said, oh, Ananta doesn't speak the truth, so I don't go to satsang.
Someone say that?
So, to someone I said that just in 2 days, couple of days,
Oh,
all this will be over. All this will be over. So this one was still there and he was watching, okay, 1 day over, 2 days over, 2 days got, it's still not over. That means Ananta is wrong. He's not a true one. He does not speak the truth, you see. You see? So what happens is that what was meant as a blessing then was heard personally, and then with this it becomes a personal expectation or something like this, and the openness actually goes immediately, you see. And when the openness is gone, then there is no space for expectation.
Hello, Mike. Can you hear me? That place is for the moderator. If you could please leave, and then we could make space for you a bit later. Thank you.
And we are back. I was just saying that, like you said earlier, that Guruji told you it's the end of the road for you, and after a while also you said, but it's not ending. It's yes. And like this only, I told someone that just in a couple of days everything will be over. It'll be clear. Huh? And then they were sitting and saying, okay, 2 days over. It's not over for me yet. Therefore, Ananta doesn't speak the truth. And I don't see them in satsang now after that. Because a true master must be very true in all of this, you see. So that's why I keep telling everyone I don't speak the truth. Because this is more, when something like this comes from the heart, it is more like a blessing, you see. And if there's openness in the heart, then may these blessings come true. But if they're still heard personally that, hey, I got it, he told me this, and in 2 days all done, then there's still this one sitting there, you see. So it's very good that you recognize the feeling behind the blessing, you recognize the love behind the blessing, and just stay in satsang, and you realize that all of this, end of the road, it's over in a couple of days eventually. For what you are, there is no time, there is nothing to get. You realize that I've always been that. And it is always my blessing to all of you that in this moment, not even a couple of days, in this moment, you can see what you are for yourself. Okay, my dear, you're back to being mute, so you have to unmute.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that I was mute. I don't remember. But I understand. I was saying that this idea of white is an idea, a thought, that it's also something behind an illusion that doesn't feel me. Yes, because sometimes in satsang there is no this sensation of death, this crash inside, this sensation of drown, and just solving. And in the last Sunday satsang also, for a glimpse, it was very, very rapidly. Sometimes I have not words in English. My English, it's not good, but I'm learning with satsang. I was seeing the Guruji satsang in the retreat that is now taking on in Sahaja, and for a glimpse I was feeling. I was seeing this person and the guilt, and I had the conscience how guilt I am as a person, because for this instant I was seeing the guilt. Oh, it's not me, this guilt, because usually I'm not this conscious about guilt. My mind, it was a glimpse. but it was so good. And now it's so good, this opportunity, because I'm having this. Sometimes I feel I'm there, but it comes to the ideas of time, of light, and so on. Oh, I'm so grateful, because now I cannot go. I cannot go. How can I say? Oh, I'm seeing Guruji in front. I cannot go away. No.
Very good, very good. Very happy to see you in the hangout today. Very happy to meet you.
Very happy to meet you this way, as my Guruji too, because I'm finding him in this way. It's wonderful. Now I'm burning for truth, really. Thank you, Father. Thank you very much.
It's always, always.
Very blessed.
Hello, Father. Can I come up, please?
Come, my dear.
Thank you. I come for no reason. just for the urge to come up and speak with you. And it's just don't know how to say this. It's just it seems to be an unfolding, but I think what there is just more of a dropping away. And as those are dropping away, what already there is just being more and more revealed. And it's just being revealed as love. And it's just revealed as love for itself. Just for itself. And it's like it seems to be all the time things are just being, it's just being things just being seen. Like I very much enjoy. I very much enjoy, listening to Satsang. It's just the truth, just speaking. And I've been very much enjoying doing Skype calls with some of the Sangha. We have these long calls, and it's so lovely. It's just this truth just being spoken about. And I also see that the character of Lisa, of Priya, is I don't know about that. I think I think there's something. It's like that. The character just doesn't know what it's doing.
Yes.
It's like it's gone. Huh? What's going on?
What's going on? Yes. Very well. What's going on?
I feel a bit sorry for her.
I think it's a fun ride even for her, no? Because here,
sorry?
I said that it seemed like it's a fun ride even for her. Because here, how it unfolded here was just that there was this character that was sitting going, oh, this is cool. It's like something beautiful will come from the voice of the Sadguru, and this character, this is really good. And it's like, just what is going on?
Yeah, what is going on? It's just, and it's been the body's been a bit sick as well for the past 2 weeks. And I just see there's a kind of an adjustment happening in the flow of life, and that's okay, because it's just like people talk about the veil dropping away.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's like nothing is happening, it's unhappening. There's no gain, there's just a loss.
Yeah, yes.
not a loss of nothing that's really that I know I don't want to keep any of the thing I'm losing. But for the yeah. the yeah, it's just and when I there's also there's this is gonna sound really terrible, but I know you're gonna see it.
I might not.
You might not. You're gonna become free in 2 days.
2 days, guaranteed. Money back.
Who's gonna... there's no teachers.
Yes.
It's just life speaking to itself for itself as being this constant invitation to itself. Come on to me. It's like a constant invitation for itself to return home to itself.
Of course.
So beautiful, so beautiful.
That didn't sound terrible at all. That was very beautiful.
Yeah. I don't want to sound disrespectful to the ones that speak, but I see that it's life expressing its own self to itself, not to the person.
Of course.
And somehow in the flow of things, in the flow of life, in the flow of each being, there's a recognition of that, and that's why this one was here, because somehow there's that recognition, and in that recognition, the one is false just drops back so that the recognition can return home to itself, but for nobody, for nothing, just for this.
Very beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah. And yet everything just carries on, I've got to go and sort some stuff out, and and that's just like it's still the invitation from life. Everything, this smoothie, everything is just slowly revealing itself as just the one thing, the one nothing, and everything. So there's the urge to come up and express this, but not just for no reason, just a joy. And I really look forward to going to Bangalore. I hope I don't chew your ear off.
Good.
I love you so much.
I love you so much, so much.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that these Skype calls have been happening with Sangha members, and all of you can feel free to, yes, you see her on Skype and you can reach her. She doesn't know it yet, but he said, I didn't want to sound disrespectful to those who speak about this. And she's not counting herself in that lot. It'll happen before you know it. You're just surrounded by people.
I have a question for you. I feel like a strange question, like coming from some book, and then I ask you, what do you have to say about
Strange
it?
question coming?
It's one of the intriguing statements by Bhagavan, which I tried to engage with, but I couldn't understand it very well. He says that even if you apply Advaita to all the three worlds, never apply it to the Guru. So I try to grapple with it, and I simply cannot fathom what he means by that.
Even if you apply Advaita to all the three worlds, don't apply it to the Guru.
Yes. What could he possibly mean?
Priya can answer. Priya, there's a question for you. It's about the audience. I think pass. Can we pass a question to Priya? Priya, hello.
Hello, I was about to make space for the speaker.
No, no. So we said we'll pass one. I am passing one question over to you. Yeah. Question is from Suchitra. Suchitra says, Bhagwan said that even if you apply Advaita to all the three worlds, never apply it to the Guru. And she's been grappling with this statement of Bhagwan's, and I'm passing. Don't apply Advaita here.
I actually have no idea what she's talking about. the three worlds. I don't know.
It feels very good when I can just say pass.
Is that because you don't know how to answer it either?
I have no idea what the question is.
I have no idea what that means. I don't even know who Bhagwan is.
Now that would be a bit much. Why did you feel to grapple with this statement? What is there? There must be some juice to it.
Yeah, it's like he's still saying that though everything is equal, there's some extremely sacred ground which is even beyond equality or whatever, and don't try to force trade that. Yes, I am equal to you, but in a way I'm not. So don't try to. And also, what you can take anything to him. You can take even the so-called everything that the world rejects. You can take it to him, but you can't predict his reaction to that.
Pass.
Just like the Ajata question, you just pass it.
Like that? What is the story? I don't know.
No, that nothing ever happened. You said that you pass trying to explain that.
Okay, also, Guruji says many times, no? Don't make tattoos out of words. Because what can happen is that in a particular way, I can visualize sometimes this could be said because a questioner would come and it could be coming purely from the mind and he's saying, but I'm the same as you. So why are you sitting there and talking? It happened like this, no? That you say all are one, yet why are you then sharing and I am here? You see, I'm the same, should be the same. So although there is truly no difference, all there is just this one consciousness and one awareness. Yet in this play, the mind can very quickly take it on and say, I'm the same as you. So sometimes it has to be said that the presence of the Sadguru cannot be denied. Although there is this oneness, Advaita, all of this, and yet in this play it is undeniable. Just like we can say that awareness is all there is. Awareness is all there is. Yet we cannot deny the presence of consciousness appearing here. So we have to smell for the question and see where it is coming from. So if somebody comes in very mind oriented and things and saying, like the Ravana mindset, right? I am the same as Ram, so why should I bow down? I am the same, I am also God, he is God. So then you can say that, yes, apply Advaita if you like. I don't say apply to the three words, because very easy to apply Advaita as a ego defense itself. Advaitic concepts, when they remain just as concepts, then they are egoic defense. Because they close this openness. They say that I already know. Especially many who came to Ramesh got caught up in this Advaita excuses. They were very much, oh, who's the doer anyway? Who's there to inquire? Who's there to look? No, who are you? Who am I? Who? Like that. But just could smell it was just coming from an egoic sense of separation still. You see? There's a like this, who's there to do? Who's there to do? Like this, and then there's this, who's the doer? Who's the doer? Who's there to do? There's a qualitative difference, not just in the tone of the words, but in the presence of the words itself. Otherwise, very easy because you say all is awareness, all is one. This is Advaita, I know this now. So why should I come to you? Right? So you can say that all that Ananta says, all is one. So why should I come to Satsang now? This would be applying Advaita in the wrong way. So therefore, Bhagavan could have said, apply Advaita to everything, don't apply it to the Guru. And maybe he would have said after that, maybe just not yet anyway. Okay, quickly let me catch up with some chat. Shivani said, saw a friend recently who hadn't seen for about a year, but who knew about satsang, and the first thing she did was to tell me she was giving up drinking and smoking for me. Very. And it says, I just say pass when I have a thought now. Very good. Soumya had a question on decision making.
I would say I just don't want to go towards laziness or inaction. I don't know whether I should, when my decision is not there, I'll have to say okay to everybody else's decisions, which is it the right thing?
So Soumya had posted this question on the Sangha of Being group. She said that decision making seems like a bit of, I'm paraphrasing and you can correct me. Decision making seems to have become a bit of a challenge here because earlier there was some data and I would use some information, and on the basis of some information I would take a decision, and then there was more clarity. But now, as I've not been believing my next thought, I seem to be getting pulled towards indecisiveness or laziness. Was this like this?
Inaction.
Inaction, towards inaction. So what is the... It's very good. First, that you are experimenting this with this itself is very good, because I've given this homework to many and they don't actually follow through with the homework. Yeah? And mostly in the past, when they followed through, they've come with reports like, I found that everything just moves, everything just moving on its own. So I'm very happy to hear a report which is saying, no, but everything is not moving. I find myself inactive or lazy. Compared to the past, you find yourself lazier than before. Is it?
I was actually, I met with a small accident, and I didn't think, I was like, okay, I need to help the person. Was simply opening the door, and he came and hit me up in the school, in front of the school. And I took care of the first aid, then drove him to his choice of doctor. And there he had his friends and stuff, and they were a little aggressive and goon-like. And I'm like saying, don't believe the next thought, and I don't know, there's shaking in the body. I don't know what to do, and I realized I got pulled into a situation which was I needed help. Other people needed to come and help me out of that. So, how do you really? I mean, are there how? Yeah, I mean, it's just practically when you apply it. How do you do it?
So, this feeling is there that by not going with the content of my thoughts, I find that I'm becoming inactive. I'm not really deciding what to do next, and that can seem to...
They're asking questions in loud voices and I don't have an answer, and I'm feeling very lost.
The easiest thing I can tell you, but I don't want to do that. The easiest thing I can tell you is, okay, for a while, just for practical purposes, you can believe your mind, but that will be short changing it a bit, to be honest.
Maybe a smaller step.
No, because that will presume that you're not yet ripe enough or something like this, which I don't want to presume. I feel that you're no, see, because you want to rush to that conclusion. You want to come to a place where you say that, yes, see, now this is what happened to me, and therefore you need to give me a version which is less. This is something, because I'm not yet ripe enough. Maybe some others are able to process this, something like this. But can you see that it is still the identity which is trying to hold on with this, even this?
Yes, I felt very vulnerable,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, next day they came back with 70,000 demand, and I didn't know, and I was putting my family into it,
Yeah.
so it was like it was going more beyond me, you know. It was not just me, you know.
So the conclusion that the mind is making is that because of this not believing thoughts, we've lost the decision making capability, and what has happened was not grace. Is that what it is?
As an afterthought, everything can be adjusted, but while going through it, you are you don't know to what extent to use what is. I don't know how grace speaks other than the thought. I don't know how else. I don't know what that voice is. Does it sound different, or does it sound just like your thought? How does it feel actually?
Yes. So you also, I can tell you about the intuitive voice and this guidance which will be available to you. But even that I don't want to do, because I want us to look at this situation together and to see that everything that happened played out exactly the way it was meant to happen. You see? Because otherwise, there can be this feeling that because of my seeming decision making or lack thereof, there was certain movement in this play which was not flowing through God's will, or not something that happened which was graceful. Huh? So, if you look at it like this, then you will see that everything that has been moving and has moved, even in this situation, actually has been done only as a projection of consciousness itself. Hmm? Huh? So, we must come
Like
to a
I
point
was
where.
blamed, why didn't you take a picture of the
Yes,
vehicle?
yes.
Why did you take an unknown person without knowing for that long to their place? Um, you should not be doing those things. And look at the trouble you've landed yourself in. You know? I mean, I understand now that. I mean, as an afterthought, it is okay to say it's, everything is perfect, but while going through it, you know, I should have been more present. I should have been more alert with respect to thinking what next, what should, and you know, whatever. It's hard.
So what has happened is that in the seeming not believing of thoughts which are there, now you are believing all of these thoughts. You see? And although you say that when I see now, I can see that everything is fine and everything was taken care of, but still, I have come up with some solid proof that this one, isn't it? It can play like that. That I have come now with some solid proof, and you must tell me at least that some thoughts you can believe, isn't it?
It was Monday satsang, and I was feeling so blissful, so good, and I'm just listening to stuff. I'm just here in satsang, and I drove there to the school, and this whole thing played out. And for a week it played out. So it was really strong and tested me in every way. So
Yes. This is very good. So she says, very blissful satsang I had last satsang, and then all these events happened, and they deeply tested me.
at least the newer way of doing
Through-
stuff was
through
tested very much.
through all of these events, what did you suffer from?
What to do next?
And that is not a thought.
That's the problem. If I don't believe that, I don't know what to do next, other than inaction.
So is what to do
There
next
is no
not a thought?
action. There is no action from my side.
So right now the actions which are happening through you are because of thought?
So I don't know. As I said, I
It
don't
was
know
not
how
enough
to
time for that,
differentiate.
you see, because you're
Yeah,
speaking
that's
these
the
words.
problem.
You're speaking these words. There's not enough time for first the thought to come. This is what I will speak, and yes, whether I should or not, and then it just spontaneously the conversation is happening.
Yes, but even there's some fast thinking is not happening.
No, you tell me how it's happening.
I don't know.
Just look. So we must slow it down and look. So that one which has the ability to carry forward this conversation is the same one which is running this entire universe.
Okay. Okay, I'm getting somewhere.
So, like this conversation is being had, even all of that which happened was the same one is doing on both sides. It's not just now you have become God and the other one was not God. Even the seeming troublemaker was also God.
True, but yeah, I mean, I just did whatever I thought was right without trying to be defensive in some way, and ended up becoming very defensive.
Yes.
And
That's why very often I say it's not about the outcome, you see, because what will happen otherwise is suppose that you're not believing your thoughts, it's not beautiful, you just went with whatever was happening spontaneously, then if it turned out to be very beautiful and the person was very nice and he said, don't worry, ma, everything is okay, and you said, wow, this really works, and this is my cheat code for life now. You see? But I've always said this is not a cheat code for life. There is nothing in this pointing for you. Huh? So it's better sometimes that the outcomes are not so candy flavored all of the time, because we can take this on and say, I discovered it now. This is my new Hanuman Chalisa. I will just say, don't believe my next thought, and everything will sort itself out. No, this doesn't work like this. Because even this is not here for you, you see. This is only for the discovery that there is no individual you. See? Now, it's very good that the individual you was trying to use it as some sort of benefit, and it didn't work. You see? So then, for this one, you see, you must find out who is this one, who is sitting and commentating about whether things were good or bad, this happened to me, and then this happened to me. Yeah.
I was told that this was
Yes.
the most
Who was told?
I mean, everyone told this.
That's okay. They did whatever they did. They did. We'll deal with them later. But to whom was it told? Who was the experiencer? It's just like she said, it's a whale, you see, and it feels like I'm not ready for this question, or I've looked and it doesn't work, or something. You see, but you must allow this question through. You must allow this question through. Who is this one?
That one was very vulnerable and was not ready to step out of that.
What does it look like, the vulnerable one?
That awareness, everything was gone. It was just pure body. At that moment, it was just
Pure body identification.
Yeah, pure body identification.
So, what was identified with the body? You said that something, awareness was gone, and there was pure body identification. So, if there's only body, will you say there was just body identification? No, you are already saying that there is something which is identified with the body.
It appeared as one. It's just body.
Appeared as one. That is called identification. Yes. So, what is it that was two and then appeared as one? You see? So, there is here something which has the power to identify as the body, has the power to identify as all the relationships, as the daughter, as the mother, as partner, all these relationships, has the power to identify with all the other labels that we put onto ourselves. What is this one? See, because if it was just pure body identification, also not trouble. Because when someone comes and says, this is the stupidest thing you ever did, is the body affected by it? Who doesn't want to be stupid? The body?
No. Now, how do you go about it? The question would be the next
No,
question.
so
what do you need to do? How do
that
you
is your question.
No, they will ask
But,
me, what do I do?
but my question to you now is, who is this one who doesn't want to be stupid? Is it the body?
I mean, I understand now because when I have some time to think about it. But in that moment, what do you do? How do you face it? When somebody's threatening you, they're going to destroy your car, they're going to hurt you. What do you do?
You did whatever
You
happened.
just say, please be my guest, or I don't know what else to do.
What did you
Or
do?
just if you,
What did you do?
I said, this is my number, call me, I need to go home, my kids are alone.
Yeah.
But they were kind of staying in. They were very rough and it was hard. It was, and my kids got scared to go to school the next day because, I mean, overall it was.
What is it that in that moment I don't find a better response than what you did say? I need to go home and this is my number. Where did that come from? You see? So ultimately, in fact, always the question is, do you want freedom from the cat or you want freedom for the cat? Do you want freedom for this me to make the life of this me better?
My question would be, in pursuit of being free from being a cat, am I going to endanger my family? Am I going to put them in trouble? Because that's not their choice, it's just my choice. And am I going to drag them into a space?
Only if God was the stupidest thing ever. How can it be like that? You're coming to the truth of your discovery, and with that, the one that is running this world has it out for you and saying, let me fix this one, is it? Or something like that. It's just from the mind, you see, it's just like this.
Finally, it boils down to that one prayer. Do whatever you want with me, but don't affect my family. It feels like that. Everybody does
And if I see,
prayer.
there was this, when we first moved into this house, when we first moved into this house has a small garden outside. So I planted a few things. So you know what happened is that I would go every morning and I would not look at the rest of the garden. First I would look at what I had planted. Okay? There are many other things which were growing, but because I had planted these things, they had a special meaning for me. So this becomes, because why? Because the rest of what is growing is not life, is not garden. It is, right? But this is what shows you attachment. Say, okay, yes, I'm willing to give up everything, do whatever you want to me, but just make sure my family is not harmed. I surrender everything at your feet, but don't be stupid enough to mess with my family, you see, or something. And how is it your family?
No, they should feel that I drag them into it because of it's not their choice, but I drag them into it. That's all. I don't know how to say.
You will discover that as you come to this true finding of what you are, it is a great blessing to your family. It's great, more than anything, material success or best relationship. This is the best blessing. You see, but I don't want this to be your motivator. If this is just okay now, he said, this will be the best blessing. Huh? There will be this fire for self-discovery will be so strong that you will say this entire world can burn. I just want to know who I am. Even this body, if it has to burn, let it burn. This world has to burn, let it burn. I just want to discover who I am. And the only thing you find, which the delusion is or the misidentification is this idea I have of me. Therefore, we must welcome the question, who am I? The mind will try to build lots of barriers around it and say, but what I was asking how to deal with this situation, family, anything like this. How it's basically distracting you away from the root. If you read the yoga,
if you, it was like a mirror to me. Like, I'm so not ready.
It's just
mentally, I might be thinking, yes, I am, but actually, when a situation really arises, you just understand that your identification with the body is so strong. Everything else can disappear there.
This is good already, because if you say that something was feeling that they're getting it, or some sense of something was coming, that quickly got crushed, which is very good. Because then we come with our head bowed down constantly. We don't say now, I got it, or something. If you continue to want things for the me, or if you continue to want to avoid things for this me, then this cycle of so-called cycle of birth and death, this cycle of suffering will continue. And these desires and aversions cannot survive a little bit of inquiry. You see? But even if the inquiry is done with the concept that what's in it for me if I do the inquiry, then it will not work. But then we are making the me greater than the inquiry. If the inquiry is just meant to help the me, then it is not a true inquiry. I've given you the answer already, that there is no you, there is no me here.
But it's still not real for me. I mean, it's not my experience.
It is real for you, it's just that you're believing the sense of identity as a me. It is always real. If there was a point where it was not real for any of you, then I would have some hard work to do. All that my pointing towards is to say, just look, if there is a me, then you will not quickly go and say, but it's not real for me yet what you're saying. It is real what I'm saying. It's just that you're refusing to look. There can be, I can say like this very easily in satsang setting, but who in the world is open to looking? Very few. Very few, even the spiritual ones, all the spiritual movements, lakhs and lakhs of people. How many have really looked? It's very rare. So although I may say like this in our Sangha we can very trivially make these statements, but the fact is I know that it's very rare. But that is what my blessings are for. That is what the satsang is for. To give you this openness just to check.
So can you just elaborate on that one point that
Yeah.
you did? The way I'm answering now, that is not from the mind. I'm so confused there. So
you said that all my yes, you said all my actions are happening as a result of belief in thought.
Not belief,
Huh.
means thought maybe. I don't know.
Thought. Huh? So I said the way this conversation is moving spontaneously, is there belief in thought first, or is there thought first and then mouth is moving?
I always thought so.
Let's look together. Let's look together. You find that it's just moving. The next words will just come. See?
So that part
The other day I told Azhar, we were talking about doership. He said, pick up the glass. Who picked up the glass? Was it you or God?
I would say me.
Yeah, so which one? Show me this me that picked up. Who runs his body? Who controls the actions that happen through this body?
So without thinking, should I pick up or not pick up if the action happens?
Even after thinking, it is only God that moves the body.
It's okay. After belief, everything is done by God, and that's okay. If there's no belief.
No, not just your belief. You see, this will become your seeing. That only the presence of God is here, and it is the presence of God which is moving everything. When we started satsang, we said, who is experiencing sounds? How is the body experienced? Set of sensations by who? By this presence itself. So if this presence is experiencing everything, then who is moving this body also? Can we find out? Okay, presume there is a separate entity which is sitting there as a decision maker. Let's go with that presumption for a minute. Huh? So this one would say what? Okay, go left, don't go right, go left. Then after decision, how is it controlling the body? This one? How does it pass on the decision to the hand to move?
Maybe there's an electrical impulse that goes through to the muscle
Huh?
and the muscle.
So then this decision maker must be sitting where? Inside the brain, which controls the neurons, and the neurons get fired. There is somebody sitting there. Take any view, take a scientific view, take a spiritual view, it will all lead to the same.
There are very interesting TED Talks where this person sends. Have you seen that one? Where their hand movement is controlled by the computer, and then they connect this to another person, and so this person moves, and so that person's hand starts moving. So that's how the.
Also, there's a very beautiful BBC documentary which you can see where you find that the impulses for the hand to move was sent 6 seconds before the hand actually moved, and therefore before the thought to move the hand also came. So if the impulses for the hand to move are happening 6 seconds before the thought also is coming, then what is the correlation between thought and action? Scientific documentary, BBC has done.
What's the name?
You just go to BBC, go to YouTube, search for BBC documentary on free will and consciousness or something like this. You will come. It will come. They actually did a study on this. You see, and most scientists are also coming to this conclusion now that this seeming free will is just an idea.
That is true. Actually,
That's exactly what we are saying. We are saying that this seeming linkage between thought and action is just part of the illusion, part of the identity of the me. Thought is coming, going, action is coming and going. We are saying that this is a result of this. That's why in the Yoga Vishishta it says, the crow flies, sits on the branch of the coconut tree, the coconut falls, and we say it is because the crow went and sat there, the coconut fell. Actually, the coconut was to fall. Because what? The fallacy called post hoc ergo propter hoc, which means just because something is followed by something else, it is presumed to be the cause of that.
One question.
Yeah.
For me, the problem is totally understood. There is no ego.
Yeah.
But there should be no thought.
They should be. Who is saying that? The non-ego.
Yeah. So
she says, for me, it's completely clear that there is no ego. But it should be no thought. Now, the who is saying that? The self is saying. Or to prove that there is no ego, there should be no thought. Says who? Another thought. Another thought.
Yeah, another thought, whatever I gained.
Forget about it.
So.
Where is it written, by the way?
No,
I felt you were saying that some scripture.
Something I have understood. There should be no thought. So question is this coming from the ego? It's coming from the higher self.
I have not met anyone with no thought.
May I clarify? I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then punched somewhere, then Ribu Gita came. I wanted to search something to read, and Ribu Gita came, and your commentary was so beautiful. I was so inspired, and then I said, I must share this. Then
The Ustream one, the Ribu Gita, when I was reading one night, that one?
No, not when you're reading.
Okay.
I don't know, that was there. That the paraphrased one was there. And somewhere it was there in the computer. And I was so inspired, I was so inspired. And I said, the thought came that I must share it in the school. And then I couldn't get it. Then I called these guys later and I said, I want to do this. And they says, okay, then they have to give me a slot. And then they can't find it. Then I said, then I again went to search for something as usual. And then I found your commentary on, are you aware? No. Can you stop being? And then I said, the self-inquiry came. And I was reading this, I said, oh, this is so fantastic. And all that I'm hearing, and maybe what I lost it because you go into deep meditation, you get lost. We may not hear and miss something. And then everything was, so beautiful. All the knowing and things that's come so beautiful. And I said, I lost them, I called them again, I just said, and then on this Thursday, I'm going to just say it's for me or not for me.
It's okay.
I'm not the doer. I know I'm not. But it's all coming. Who's making these things happen?
Yes. Exactly.
Now, since you say this is all happening. Like that. So I'm going to just do the reading. I'm not doing anything else but I'm reading. And your commentary is all there. Very, very clear. Steps are there to take them each step by step. Like, a baby, take a baby to the sea. And I thought that was fantastic. May I do that?
Of course you may, of course.
Because I was really, really
very happy.
But this is all craze.
Yes, everything is craze.
But the fact when when the sharing happens, there's so much abundance of love.
Yes.
That you get attached to it. What to do was to stop them.
You get attached to the love.
Attached, yeah. I want to be in this what do you call in this mood.
That will also get burnt by the same grace. The love can remain, but there will not be the sense of attachment to it. Truly, we can come to a place where we can say that if I don't have one more experience of love, of joy, of peace, completely okay. And this might seem a bit strong to those. There are many who have said, even in the past, some great poets, some great sages have said it's all about love. So when I say here, even if this was the last moment of experiencing love, I would be completely okay.
But love is the state beyond even God, they say.
Yes, but even this which is beyond God, this state of, as long as it's an experience, you see, as long as it's an experience of love, then I'm okay without any experience including love. You see? But if you're describing the seeing itself, this seeing pure awareness itself, this oneness itself as love, then it is seen that nothing can take away this love. If that is what we are calling love, then I know nothing can take this away. If you are calling some taste of love or an experience of love or the honey of love, then it's okay. If it has to go, it has to go. It's completely fine. So it depends on our definition. That which is prior to God, if you say that that is love, then that is the seeing of the seeing itself, awareness of the awareness itself. If this is what is called love, then I know that God Himself cannot take this away from me. God will come and go, but this one will not go. Okay? But if you're calling that which comes after the presence of being, the taste of love, if you're saying that that is love, then it is okay. If I never experience it again, it's okay.
So then it's not attached to doing.
Yes, doing is now very far from what we are talking about.
Yeah, doing is very far because all that is by God, by grace of Satsang, all that is getting transcended.
When I'm in your presence, then um, I feel like there is no arrogance here. But sometimes it takes hold of me in a flash, and I behave in an extremely arrogant manner. Though I have all the excuses saying that it is not that, but from the moment of entry into that, it's completely chaotic. The set of energies and words unleashed, and but there's no way. But I simply have to go through it, and then I return to normal. So as far as I see, there are these two states. Like I'm on my floating on my back and just going down the river. I'm not. I'm just minding my own business, and I'm very happy. Then suddenly I start frantically kicking for the shore, and I feel I've lost all the time, and I don't trust anybody, including myself. And there's this frantic kicking, and then I'm totally exhausted. And then by grace, I'm taken past that, and again I'm floating down. And so these periods, there's an alternation between these two states. Sometimes for days, sometimes in hours or minutes, and then there is this thing.
So you say that there are two states, when, as far as I am concerned. One is the state of floating, floating, floating. Second is some splashing, splashing, splashing. The one that is aware of floating and splashing, is that also floating and splashing?
No.
So are you that which is floating and splashing? Or are you that which is aware of both these states coming and going?
It's definitely the one who's aware of both states and who's not preferring one state to the other.
Exactly. So then we say that it is definitely the one that is aware of both these and has no preference. Okay? So now when you say that I have this and this and this, are you saying just conversationally or you mean it?
Purely conversationally.
It's okay like this. If we see that yes, I'm just saying conversationally it's fine, but I know that nothing is really happening to me, then it's okay. That's why it's important for me to ask, are you saying with belief that this is what happens to me, really, or are you just sharing that this is what's happening in the play of me?
In the play of me, it's noticed that there are these two states which are in stark contrast to each other and
Yes.
to have nothing in common.
Yes. So even the voice that says that, can I fix something with this sense of me in the play, is that do you really mean it, or are you saying this conversation?
No, at all points, I don't mean
You don't.
anything. I feel that I don't mean anything at all. Though what I'm saying is that I really mean it. I feel at those points, and when I say I don't. When I say I don't mean it, it's not like I don't mean it, and it's like that. So there's no.
So when I mean it, I mean it, and when I say I don't mean it, I don't mean it. Or when I mean it, I don't mean it, and when I say I don't mean it, I mean it.
And not these also.
No, it's very different. When I say I mean it, I mean it. But when I say I don't mean it, I don't mean it. It's different from when I say I mean it, I don't mean it. And when I say I don't mean it, I mean it.
It's all combinations of zeros and ones.
But one and one together. What do you mean?
I don't know.
We'll come to this point where we are not able to give meaning to anything at all. Especially this sense of separate I. It's purely laughable, this sense of me. It's purely laughable. That's why I'm so grateful here that there was so many years of spiritual seeking and this going from teacher to teacher, trying to find the truth, and all of this was here. Otherwise, all of you would come with questions like she's saying me, and then what should happen to me and my family. If all that was not here in some store of memory here, then I would just laugh at you. It would seem like I'm the most uncompassionate teacher. You come with questions, and I'm like. I'm so grateful that all of this has happened here also. So I see, yes, how it can play. And when a question comes from there, I try to see from behind your eyes and say, okay, what is it that is being experienced? What is it that's being experienced? Because I know that there can be a time where this me can seem so strong, and the question to question this me, the question to look who am I, can seem strange. It's kind of vague. It's like I know there's something in it because Bhagwan has asked. That credibility is there because Bhagwan has asked. The sages have said, but what am I to do with this? Who am I? It can feel like that, isn't it? Sometimes. What am I to do with this? Who am I? It doesn't help me. In my day-to-day life, how is it helping me? So because the me is so much believed in, then this question seems weird. Then after a while, it seems like yes, it's a relevant question, and there's kind of a fight happening between the sense of me and the inquiry. After a while, the inquiry just stabilizing, and the sense of me is dissolving. No. Then just this, who am I? And the sense of me becomes laughable. I really believe myself to be this idea. But I can relate when you say initially that the question can be coming from the me itself. So how does it help me? Don't believe your next thought. How does it help me? It doesn't. They remind me every time I say don't believe your next thought. They remind me to say it doesn't help me. It's not a cheat code to life or something like that. But if it's assimilated somewhere, then just with this don't believe your next thought, you will find that I cannot suffer because I cannot identify. I need a thought to identify. You see? We might say body identification, but you cannot identify the body without the thought I am the body. We might get confused because so many sensations, if you're being attacked, for example, there might be so many sensations that I experience that we feel, hey, I got completely identified. But no, it could be just playing out on its own. Later you come and say, oh, I got completely identified. But in that moment, it was just very moment to moment. You might think, oh, there was so much thinking, I thought and thought. But no, it just, yes. There was not even time for thinking. Then even the pointing, don't believe your next thought is not required. Some situations like
saying,
that.
surrender
It's like
to
Papaji
this
said.
moment, surrender to this moment, and don't believe in anything. But, yeah.
You see, Papaji says, you're going to get married. Is that how the story goes? You're going to get married this evening. You're very excited. All this is going to happen. You're walking to your beloved's house, and suddenly on the way is a tiger on your path. It comes. It's standing there. Tiger on your path. So are you going to think about your beloved and what is going to happen and what should I do next? No, just so real in that moment. It is just there. Later we can do postmortems and say, I could have done that, and maybe because I was not believing my thoughts, so I didn't come up with the right idea or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Aparna also wants to come, maybe after you, Shikha. Okay?
I need to push my button.
Oh, yes? Kapil had said that next satsang we'll have a push my button satsang. Where you come and you push everyone buttons.
Because that sense that I had on Friday of not I don't know what to do is has been going on over the weekend as well. And actually kind of a similar situation because this therapy is helping me with like the muscle stuff but not the joints. And I've got like joints in my neck, my back that are not in place. So the thoughts have been coming, oh, you need to go back. You need to go back to London because I know someone there who can help me. So
these ones here can't help with that?
No, they haven't been able to. So okay, let those thoughts come and go. And so I can see on the outside nothing's happening. I'm not packing my bags. I'm not going anywhere. And it's such a sense of something. So what do I do? What do I do? You know, like being caught, because it feels like there is a solution, but it's not being taken, and I can't work it out here. And it's just, yeah, I really feel like, actually, you know, if I don't believe these thoughts, then what's going to happen? Or
okay, so just believe your next thought.
you mean now?
Yeah. So the thought might come, yes, I need to go back and get my joints fixed. Believe it. Then it's not even happy with that, isn't it? You see, because it's complaining so much against don't believe your next thought. If I was to say, okay, believe your next thought, you say, no, I don't want that. And you believe that one. I don't want that. Okay, then what do you want? There is no way you can run your life. There is no way the imagined entity can run this life. It is trying to figure out how do I run my life. This one cannot run his life, cannot run this life, because this life belongs only to God.
Such a strong sense that there is no God or presence that. And I felt it this morning because I was like,
there's no presence.
No, or no God. You say God is running. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Who's here now? See, this is the only thing we can be sure of. The sense that I am, I exist. And this we deny. The only presence which is here right now is this sense that I am. Now this we deny. This is the irony. So that which is here we deny. That which is never here, this imagined entity called I, that we rely on. And this one says, I don't believe in God. But what is here now? Is only this. This is called living in denial. All of us, most of the world is living in denial. That which is here we deny, that which is never here, that we rely on. What would you call this? You can call it insanity or denial, one of the two. See, because I'm not saying there is some God sitting somewhere else. I'm saying what is here right now is God. And you cannot say nothing is here because you are here. I am. This is God. This is being. This is presence. This is the play, you see. This is the Leela. Your presence is here. I am. Can you say I am not? Why? Why can you not say I am not? You know for sure that you are.
Yeah, because I'm experiencing things.
Yes, so there is something which is experiencing, okay, even that. So that is God. That which experiences all of this is God. Now show me the one which is not God. Yeah. Show me one other than this one. So there is one that is experiencing all of this. Let's call it God or let's call it XYZ, whatever you want. Show me another.
Can I just say what thoughts
Yeah.
coming?
Okay.
Because it's very strong. There's a strong one that says, the sense that everything's kind of being met, like how things have gone is just not.
As per plan.
No, it's still this thing that, oh, God wouldn't have chosen those things.
Yes, yes. So let's find the other guy. That's what we're doing. So that which is experiencing all of this. Now, this one, let's call it God. Now show me another one. Everyone is with me? That which is here, experiencing all of this, let's call that one God. Now let's find the other one. What is not God? Presume that it cannot be God that is doing all of this would mean that we must have some evidence of another one. Where is that?
Is our belief that God is has got some other attributes.
It's just a
Which
belief.
this experience doesn't have.
Just belief. So what to do with beliefs? Throw them away. So what can be a belief about God? That it is the creator of this entire universe? Let's take that belief for example.
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent. Okay, very good. So correlated in some sense. So all that is appearing in the light of this God. Now you tell me from your experience, when this sense of experiencer is there, then this entire universe appears. And when this sense of experiencer is not there, it is what we call sleep. Is there a world? Is there something, time and space? No. So this light of the experiencer itself is the same one which is the light of the creator of the world. Or from experience, don't go with anything that the mind is saying. What is our experience? Only in this life there is this creation. When this light is not there, there is no such thing as this creation. So therefore, what must be the creator? This one.
The belief is that God is somehow
Yeah.
good, or it's, I hear concept, or it's all love, and then
Okay, so if God was good, then who is playing the role of the villain?
I don't know.
Just an idea. God is that which is beyond good and bad.
And then omniscient, three things missing.
Okay, omnipresent.
Omniscient and then all powerful. All
So, omniscient means what?
He's present everywhere.
Present.
Knows everything.
Knows
Knows
everything.
senses, sight,
Knows everything.
knows everything, and
Okay.
has got
So,
very powerful.
so now, what is appearing? Who knows it? No, all only what is appearing is what is. Phenomenally, only what is appearing is what is. The rest is just make believe. Just like in the dream, you might feel that you are in this big country, but you feel that whatever is your experience, there is something beyond that in the dream. But what is the actual dream? Just your experience. So you know all that is appearing. Of what?
Everything.
What is appearing now, you know it? That is all there is.
I don't know where you come from, how you are.
Same place. You know the mind trying to create distinction, you see? The same place. You see, because you go to sleep at night, you have a dream. In that dream, you have some people who are sitting in a room. Is there more to the dream than the room? That's all there is.
Because the word knowledge itself is so loaded. But what
Yes.
means by knowledge itself?
Yeah.
Word is not known, not fully understood. You feel like you need to know what happened in the first few seconds of the Big Bang. Then you need to know, keep up with all the movements in history and science. And
What happened when you
art.
woke up is what happened in the first few moments of the Big Bang. There was no universe. Now there's universe. So that is the creation. What happened in the first few moments?
Omnipotent. So
Yes.
all powerful.
It is that which is projecting all of this. In the light of which it is, in the light of which there is world, and there's no light of this, there is no world. What can be more powerful than that? Cannot use any of this personally. That's the trouble. Do you find the other one besides the experiencer? There is nobody. Now the only trouble is that this experiencer is believing that these energetic constructs called thoughts are its. It says that these are mine.
This more, it felt like there was two of us, me and God.
Somewhere. They're on top of Kailash. Or there was this idea. So this experiencer, which is present, this sense I am, has the powers of attention and belief, and through use of this power of belief, it is now believing that what this voice is saying, this egoic thoughts are saying, are true, are meaningful, they apply to it. That's the only trouble. Who's believing the thought, not the same one? The same one.
The one experience.
Yes. Now, where is the separate individual? There is none. Feels like we're meeting in Satsang for the first time today. Yeah? Now, where's the trouble?
Thought says, oh, what do I do then?
Yes, it's coming. Okay, so Now you see that there is this one who is the experiencer of all that is being experienced. When I say, can you stop being now? Does it experience? Is that also an experience or no? Or is it still only an inference? I shouldn't have said that so quickly, because quickly she jumped off.
I still don't understand that. Not understand.
Okay, so forget about it. Just forget it. Stay with the one that experiences all sensations, all outward activity, sounds, words, all inward activities of body, pain, sensations, emotions. Same experiencer or different? Same experience. Stay with this one. Use everything which is arising to point to this. Who is it experienced by? The sound is coming from outside. These words are being heard by who? Who is experiencing it? Pain in the body. Who's experiencing it? These thoughts are coming and going. Who's experiencing them? Use every sensation, every stimulus to look for this experiencer. Because we already know it is here. We cannot deny that I am. See if there is anyone but this. Find out if there is anything beyond this. And then whether you use the label God or you use the label presence or I am, it doesn't matter. It's more than, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. I see now what the trouble is. The trouble is for some of you, because we speak of awareness, you deny your own presence. Okay? That which experiences sensation, that which experiences this phenomenal world, that tastes this phenomenal world, it feels like this has to be denied. No, this is your own presence. This is the I am. This is God that we speak of. You feel it is something outside me. You feel it is something sitting somewhere and just, yeah, something to be reached.
This is something to be denied.
You feel, you see? So, yes. But this is not the point. This is not what we are saying. The whole point of the question, can you stop being? This being is here. It is the one doer and one experiencer. We've said over and over. This being is here. So we won't even jump to the next question. Let's stay with this. Can you stop being? This being is here. The one that is experiencing everything, the one that is doing everything is the same one. It's very simple. That which is here is consciousness, presence.
Then what is the difference between ego and this one?
Ego is just imaginary. Ego is not here.
You know, we used to think that it was the ego.
The presence was the ego.
Whatever it is. So you've got only one mind.
No mind actually. Just a
So
series
you
of
say
thoughts.
finally no. We are left in the.
Actually, I felt that whatever is experiencing is the ego.
You cannot say I am not. Why can't you say I am not?
Because we know that we exist. I am that we know.
I am, we know, or we know like mentally know, or we see that I am. This is consciousness.
But we thought that is the ego.
How would it? That's a good way of clarifying. It's good. So always I've said ego is only an idea, just a belief. You see? So this presence that is here, that is present, has the power of attention and belief. So when we pick up the belief that I am this entity, these are my relationships, this is my life, this is my sense of security, then we give power to the idea of separation. That sense that I am an individual entity then becomes.
So that is where the problem is. Thinking that I am separate or thinking that just.
So this which is here, does it need to rely on any thought?
No.
That's that which is here, if you see it does not need to rely on any thought.
I just exist. No relationship, nothing.
And yet the play of relationship happens, just the play of the satsang is happening.
And this, the past and the present, just be there or
this I am, does it exist in the past or present?
Present.
Only in the now. Does it have to try also?
Yeah, it has to try because suddenly my mind is still there.
Just belief. Just the belief can go to these ideas of past or present. But even with belief going, it is not really moving from the now. I am is not moving. It's just these thoughts which are moving.
Sticky. Again, I just can't grasp. If this is if all there is here is God.
Yeah.
It's just like how come what all the experiences that were experienced. Because the idea is that it would have been different, all like nice, full of love.
Then who would be the one to create the bad ones that did? So suppose that all that happened in your life was bad. Okay? And in the traditional way of thinking, we can say, okay, all these bad experiences happened. So that would mean there's somebody else who comes and does it. Is that what you're believing? What is the concept?
The concept is what I hear, when people say, oh, it's all just made of love.
Yeah.
So then it feels like, oh, that's something other than what's being experienced here. Like,
so forget about all being made up of love. Just a way of expression. It's a beautiful expression. But okay. If it doesn't resonate, just throw it away. You stay with what you see. Then we give it to some of the best sounding, well-dressed concepts, then it's not going to help. Let's just stay with what we really experience right now.
And then no judgment.
No judgment.
That's good.
I can only say, the one thing I can say for sure is
For
that
sure.
there's something here that's experiencing everything.
Yeah.
That's
God. Okay.
That's God.
Yes. Yes. The one that tastes all phenomena is God, is consciousness. I'm resisting the impulse to take you just that one step further because I feel we must marinate in this for some time. Let's stay with this today for some time. Because maybe I've been too quick to jump straight back. Just what is here is experiencing all that is phenomenal, tasting everything which is coming, tasting this moment. Just this one. When we say I exist or I am, it's the same experiencer that we are speaking of. Same one. Stay with this. Now this one is present, and without picking up any concepts, is it resisting anything? It just is. Just is.
Mind says that inquiry is not being done properly, and I'm not inquiring properly, and say some things, some ideas come and I forget about it. I say that no. Then it says that you fail to address this point, and so like that it says that inquiry is not being done properly. Though my direct feeling is
Mind will never say you're doing a very good job.
it's just that you are just being sucked in without your volition, that the process is happening.
That's why you're here in Satsang.
It also is not even a process. I can't even label it as a process. I can't even call it anything.
So when the mind says all of this, what do?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Exactly.
May I ask you something? I don't know, very down. It looks simple, but here when I sit, the presence is here. There is no thoughts. It's so beautiful. There is just presence, but life flows.
Yeah.
But yesterday something happened. There was a death in the family, a young boy. It's sad. Everything's sad. It's just life flowing.
Yeah.
All these events are flowing.
Yes.
But then we want only this. This is beautiful. This is
Is it the experiencer of all of this? Is that one saying I want to only this, or is it just this energetic construct called thought which is saying this? The mistake has only been that we have said that this one, the energetic construct called thought, is me, is this presence, belongs to this presence.
Even the one that is voting for Satsang is like part of the imposter in a way.
Don't go too far too quickly.
I don't know.
How should it be still not here? Because here
it should be exactly how it is.
But here it's really like this, soaked in.
Yes, but if it was always like this, you come and always like this, you meet the people who live in ashrams, and they also started like that. It's so beautiful. It's so like this. After a few days, why is it so strict here? Like this, why? Then again the mind comes. So trust life. It's taking the right cake for you. Don't feel I want more of chocolate.
So all this in the seeing it has to. But this, how to shift from the seeing. The seeing is there, and is there a shift that I'm always there? I'm always there, but this is happening. Then when
that itself is a shift. If
but
you want
I'm
to use the word,
there. I'm not reached there. No, this.
That's why I don't say shift. Because immediately you'll say I am not shifted. Forget about shift. Now.
Everything is happening. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not that here.
Yeah.
Here, flow, getting caught in the flow, like she said.
That one is getting caught. This one.
The river, we are floating in the river. We just going.
That just check. That which is here, is it getting caught up in the flow? It's just here.
It's just here. But why we are getting caught up in the flow?
Who? This one is the imagined one.
The imagined one.
This one that is just here is always just here. Just I am.
So stop identifying with the flow. Just that. That's how it should be.
Just don't identify with your next thought. The poster behind.
What I understand now is experience whatever is coming without any resistance. So experience something else that comes, maybe not so palatable, without any resistance.
It will become very natural. This will be your natural state, yes. Because if there's still somebody who's saying, I will do it this way or that way, there's still the same guy. This one has to go.
I think if I keep doing it, it will go back.
Delete the thought. It's like, oh, this is all self-inflicted, that's awful.
Yes. Self-inflicted means another way of saying that it's all been my play. Don't invent a person.
Still feels like there's a judgment, that's awful.
Yeah, because now it's just another thought. But when you see, okay, so let's say you were the experiencer. Is this experiencer a person? What is it? What is the best way? You're sitting on the satsang chair now. I wasn't able to make it, and I said, okay, satsanga, can you sit in the satsang chair? And you say, all I know is that there is this experiencer of everything which is coming. And some questioner comes and says, can you tell me more about this experience? What can you say? You cannot say that it doesn't exist. It is here. Then what else?
It's just experiencing.
It's experiencing. Is it experiencing everything or just some experiences?
I can say it's experiencing what's here.
What's here? Yes. Is there anything beyond what it is experiencing that is not imagination?
It's just memory.
It is memory or imagination. How do you know it is here? Because I'm experiencing. So they can be experiencing, and then you could say, oh, there's pain and no pain. Even no pain is experienced. So this experiencer stays constant whether there is the content of the experience or it goes. Yes or no? So pain and then no pain. Thought and then no thought. Feeling and then no feeling. Sound and then no sound. In what way is this experiencer touched or affected by any experience?
I believe a thought about it.
If you believe a thought about it, then what happens?
It seems to produce some kind of a sensation.
Sensation is also experienced. Does it touch the experiencer itself? So sensation comes, pain can come, some resistance, suffering, body can be vibrating. How does it touch this I amness or this experiencer? You can say that the appearance of the pain itself is the touching of this, isn't it? So subtly what I'm sensing is you're feeling that the appearance of the pain itself implies that the experiencer is touched by something. No, but this pain is also experienced. But it is not the experiencer which is resisting it.
I can say with all the other, like sound doesn't feel like it's touching me, sights don't feel like they're touching, but this pain feels like
It's touching. That's why it's called pain. It's strong sensation, you see. In the spectrum, we call this pain. If pain was just like a sound, it's pain feels like a cry for help, something. Just step into it and see how is the experiencer. The sense I am, is it in pain? Or is it just another experience which it is tasting? Just like bitter, sweet, you know, just like salty, sweet. All these contrasts, just another taste like this.
like I'm located in the center of pain.
Feel like you are located as what the experiencer is located in the center of the pain. So, so many sensations which are being experienced by this experiencer.
And it's all being experienced from inside a cloud of pain.
Yeah. Now we're visualizing this, visualizing. Just look, don't visualize, just look. Find like this. Like make it a simple meditation. Experience the sound coming from outside. Experience the body, all parts of the body, not just in pain. Experience your fingers, the toes. Experience different parts of the body, the head. See that it is the same one. And experience the sensations inside. Experience the thoughts. Everything is experienced. And you will see that the same one, when I say, can you stop being now? It is this being which is tasting all of this phenomena.
So what you just told really brought it intimate, as has never been divinity connected to a simple beingness. Yes. So thank you for that. I'll really keep to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more thing, I stay alone. I had a spare room. If there is any person, deserving person, comes to me for looking.
Thank you so much.
I stay in jail.
Yeah.
There's some clarity, and I feel like saying there is some clarity.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I'm scared of. I got it.
The clarity is happening, and there's this sense to express some clarity is happening.
Yes. And something here is getting clear.
Yes.
I can say it is
yes.
So the I got it is also very close to this.
Yes. Yes. So something is getting clear is very different from I got it. Even if you say I got it, actually, it's okay. What you have to do is just smell for it. So sometimes I have to use a strong stick and say all that you're believing I got it is rubbish. You see? but inside it, yes, but it's clearer. Yeah? So you say that more clarity is here. What does it mean? More clarity is here. Just that more and more of these concepts, more and more of these ideas are just seeming to get washed away, and being seems to be more unfettered, just being. That itself is the clarity. So what we mean when we say that all our associations are now coming to this place of unassociated being. I feel to say just for a few days we will just stay with being. Stay with that which is here, that which is present is being. The ego never was. The person never was. What seems to be appearing in this realm is that everyone is denying the presence that is here already because we have made an idea out of God. So we deny what is here already, and we seem to rely on just an idea of what we have, an idea that we have created about ourselves. That is all that seems to afflict this realm. This, I hope it's clear to all of you that I hear. It's just this simple. That which is here is the presence, is consciousness, is being. And all that we believed about ourselves never was here. It's all that we've been seeing. Yeah.
So before you have joy, and you have presence first. Without presence, you don't experience. So you have joy here, pain, and you have sorrow that came.
Yeah.
So you don't leave this. So you're not lost.
Yes.
Presence is never lost.
Yes.
Because presence is always seen.
Yes. Because in the presence of presence, all these appearances come and go. Otherwise, just like sleep state, what can come and go?
So this non-reactive business is not the correct thing.
Non-reactive,
Not to react to everything.
not to react. How?
But how can that be possible?
Yes.
Then what is this equanimity that one is talking about?
Who is talking?
Yes.
Forget about it. You write your new scripture in your own experience. Then you don't need to rely on any scripture. From your own seeing, just say what you see. And then we'll
What
see
is
whether
mastery then? What is mastery?
mastery. It just sounds like a joke to me.
How to be a master?
Nobody can do it.
When does one become a master?
When does one become a master? What do you
Not
mean by
become.
master?
Just be. When we say that you are, we see you're established in.
Okay.
So how is it for a master? All this fun things happening and not fun things are happening. Then
there's no identification with the person. Not even to say no identification with the person idea, minimal identification with the person idea. Just the idea itself seems laughable most times. And so only if you want to say there is a difference, although there is none, but if you want to say there is a difference between sage and you, then this is the only difference.
I think that it's happening to me as a person. That's the only problem. If I drop that, then
you believe in the existence of a separate me. That's all. But this is so much more easy. Because you see that everything is just coming and going. The sensations of the body are just being experienced and they're going. Thoughts are coming and going. Sounds are coming and going. All these appearances are coming and going. But they are happening to nobody. Even now, this is true for you. It's just that you're making up these images of yourself, these ideas of yourselves, and believing them. See, so when I say it is happening to nobody, it does not mean that the presence is not felt anymore. That the presence of the experiencer is being denied. No. This is the one experiencer and one doer. The same one. The being. But we see that this one also wakes up and goes to sleep.
experience of this.
Yes.
For some, it's so bad all the time. Experiencing is so bad.
And we can say for some it is so blissful all the time, for some it is so bad all the time. Forget about some. Stay with your experience.
I see a horror movie.
You see a horror movie, then?
I know it's very horror. I don't want to see any horror movie.
Yes.
I saw when I was a kid. I hate horror movies. I like only nice movies, romantic movies. War movies I still love. Now I don't. I hate it. Because traditionally in the Victorian
The
era,
one that is interpreting all experience is not you.
traditionally in the Victorian era, something was so great. Heroes and wars and my God.
See, the interpretation of the experience makes it then seemingly inventive process for creating this idea of the person.
Those who are not interpreting are being labeled autistic. Like my son who's silent, they're being by default being labeled as autistic, and the phenomenon is not being, there is this lack of the interpreted voice which is able to report something is being seen as a disease in some, whereas I feel it's the same in the sage or in Bhagwan. He went through some kind of a peculiar autistic phase where he was not.
The one that is not labeling anything is not concerned whether he's called autistic or not.
So it's not touching him.
So we have to check what we are labeling as those ones who are now labeling those as. So we have to be free of our labeling. So there's this beautiful video of this lady whose father had then some. He was old, so he got some. I forget the disorder. Alzheimer's. Is that too? Yeah, Alzheimer's thing. So she was so. Oh, my father, he's suffering so much and terrible. Again, I'm paraphrasing, but terrible life, and she came like this. So Guruji just said, "Is he suffering?" She said, "No, he's very happy."
There is this thing that the vaccines and those kind of things have caused what should have been a natural flowering of the interpreter, and then by inquiry the time of the interpreter is just like nipped in the bud, and sometimes that feels that makes like my blood boil, because I don't know what pharmaceutical giant, who shall I fight, what should I do.
Nothing can move without the will of God. Not a blade of grass. I know this can be difficult to accept.
The things that are happening in the world, like Rothschild creating wars so that they become rich. Somebody, David Wright, posted a story about this guy. Libyan story. Yeah, that whistleblowers have already spoken about it. And this was another authentication. The way the world moves, it's so horrendous.
Okay, so let's look at it. I give you two options. Huh? First option is that, yes, let's go with your presumption that all this horrendous stuff is happening and it can happen to anyone at any time. So what is the highest we can do before that horrendous thing happens to us? Discover the truth of what we are.
Yeah.
That is one. Second, and we don't have to force this, is to see, is not the one who's experiencing all of this the same one who is the doer of all of this?
It's happening.
Okay, then you stay with the first one. If the second one is not ting like that, then stay with the first one. To say, yes, this world is a horrendous place. Anything can happen to us any point of time. So use this point of time to discover the truth about myself. Let's find that which is eternal, invincible, untouched by all that is horrendous right now. Let's do it.
Yes, that is easier. The second one, can you say again?
When you come to the discovery that all is just a movement of consciousness itself, then we will stop labeling even that this is horrendous, this is good, this is black, this is white. Doesn't mean that we will not have compassion. Does not mean that we will not have the urge to go and help the world. If that urge is there, yes, by all means, it can be. We can do all that we feel is in our power to help. But we will not be able to say that this is happening outside the will of God.
avatars do also come to give so much solace. Like Ananta and just listening to their sorrow, they became dumb. Yeah, also, that is also happening. So many others.
This equilibrium of all the contrasts. We see throughout history also that when it seems like one side of the equilibrium seems to be stronger, then something comes and makes it. The yin and the yang, both equicized in the play, isn't it?
Compassion is rising. People are waking up.
You see this because you have it in your heart. It's like the Facebook feed. Depending on what you are more resonating with, your feed is now changing. Why? Because the type of people that you add are those resonating with the same thing. So then when we see, oh, the world seems to be getting very spiritual because every day I see more and more spiritual things in my Facebook feed. Why? Because that is what is resonating in your heart.
It's an opportunity for them to, for whoever doesn't exist. But this non-existent things is given them. I mean, like the adharma is going on in a big way, and dharma is going in a big way. Some are in that flow, and some are in that flow.
And some are back and forth.
Some are so the experience. So, but it's indescribable, is it?
What?
This adharma, so bad things, and compassion, like beautiful compassion, beautiful people,
Yes.
especially in Sangha, some of us love that we experience it. We're not experiencing the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So many people experience such bad stuff.
So then, let's be grateful.
That's great.
Enough. Panna wanted to come. Did I miss anyone else?
Namaste, Father.
That lovely smiling face.
Can you tell me, Father?
Yes. I said I like very much to see you smiling and happy like this.
Oh, I've got a story to tell you.
Oh.
Actually, I finished my crying part initially in the satsang only, so now I'm laughing. Father just wanted to check few things. So from last Wednesday, the thing is going on continuously about releasing. And Saturday in Ramdas satsang, I had no intentions of coming up and speaking or nothing. Then suddenly something came up and a lot of energy released. So what was the lines go? Thank you. Okay. So then after that it was like a very lengthy time. 1 minute, please. Can you wait for 1 minute? Then evening also it was okay, Father. Next day, Sunday, a lot of the mind started coming up again. No, then it was like some desperateness to be
gone, you know, something like that, like just fish, like the fish out of water, how it's, you know, how it struggles to go back to the water, just like that I felt, you know, like I want to finish off this one, no more playing this game, I'm tired of this playing this game and stuff like that. And it was very intense also. Even today, I've got this stiff neck. I went to the doctor, suddenly I started crying for no reason. And then I came home again, I started crying because there was this strong, what to say, urge inside that, yes, let's finalize the deal today, Father. That's what it came up like that, you know. And from yesterday only, it was coming as if I'm going to talk to you. And then this reporting thing also keeps coming up all the time, you know, to tell you everything what's happening is, I don't know, that's a very bad conditioning it picked up here. But definitely this also said that to finalize all this deal, you know. And then in the night yesterday, I was following guided meditation. And then he was saying that you being aware of thoughts, you're not thoughts, you being aware of body, no, you're not body. And suddenly my mind comes and says, you being of awareness, you're not awareness. You know, because trying to make it so casual, like, you know, like how the pattern is going on, like he was telling step by step, you being aware of this, you're not that, you being aware of that, you're not being aware. So it comes as gradual and says, okay, you being aware of awareness, you're not awareness, you know, because even in 2014, before I met all this, I got to know that I'm awareness. But mind created a picture. Ananta, 1 minute, please. Thank you. Okay? 1 second. Okay? I just finish. Okay? Thank you. When I knew that I'm awareness, mind said, you're just awareness, just awareness. So that actually was bought. So it was bought. That the concept was believed. So now it's creating like this. Give me 1 second, okay? Wait. No, I'm talking to Father, okay? You just have to rest it. Thank you. So you have to wait for 1 second more. So these things are going on, Father, and then this desperate to get out of it. I don't know from where this is coming and how is. I know that the interest is going. That's why it's still happening. So I wanted to ask you. Attention goes, no problem. Belief is not going there. I know that because anything comes, I don't believe them now. But interest is there. That's why this is coming up. All these thoughts keep coming. It's frustration. It's same thoughts coming. Why do they come? I'm not even worried about the Friday thing. Last Friday I cried at you. Remember the legal thing and all? I'm not even bothered about that now. Because all these things is not mattering to me. It doesn't matter what happened, what is happening, the life thing. But this itself is becoming like something strong. You have to release from this once for all, like just release it. I know. Suddenly something came up, just leave it. Something came up, just leave it. Drop it. Stop talking. Talking to your father, what is happening? Wait a minute. It's crucial time. My daughter comes in between, Father, all the time. Yeah, I just recognized. I mean, drop it. That's it. Because I was telling, I was held, and then, like, you know, the thing came up like a picture saying, "You're already free. You don't have to be free." But Father, I don't know how it is from going from being to unassociated being to to associated being to unassociated being. This is, I think, the interest is going somewhere. How do I get out of it, Father? I don't know. Please, Father, please. I don't know, 10,000 lifetimes, whatever times you want, I can ask you. Please, I want to end this game now. Please, let's end this now, Father. Please. Can't take the labor, Father. Please, Father. It's my humble request. Can't do this. It's like killing me now. Killing me. The amount of energy released on Saturday was massive. I've got stiff neck because of moving my head like that. Just hitting my head. So yesterday my neck is so stiff. I'm like, what the hell is all this about? And I don't know how long this oscillation will go. Mind is coming up. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think. Yes, Father. Please go on. Yes.
You took the me back, is it? I didn't give it back to you. How did you come back?
I don't want it. I don't want it, but from where this thing's coming up, I don't know how it is coming up. I'm not sure from where this is coming.
Let it come. Let it come. You say that attention, nothing, belief, nothing, interest. Interest is still something, something. What is interest? What is interest?
Like, let's say, what happened on Saturday? Those thoughts, even after it's finished, the thought is still coming of the same thing what happened. Why does those thoughts keep coming? You know, if it's over.
Thoughts
the same thoughts. Yes, the same thoughts. You laugh and I'm like, I also tried to do some inquiry about differentiating between the voice, inner voice, and the thought. It actually makes no sense because if I, like just keep quiet and the attention is there, no thoughts when you focus, and so the voice also doesn't come up. The voice also doesn't come up. I didn't find the what to say. I didn't get the difference between them, or I don't know. I couldn't make out the essence of it, how it works, But this is what is happening, Father. I don't want me. I don't want anything. I said, like, I'm not even interested in anything. So where this interest is coming? Who is so, what to say, so like, who wants to play this game if you know that there is nothing at the end of this game? Like, you're not going to achieve anything. So why? I mean, pain is only the ultimate thing happens. So why do you want to play this game? And what is going on here? I myself don't understand what is going on here. Like oscillation, yeah, so much of release, unbelievable release. How long am I going to release like this? Oh my goodness. I'm going crazy, Father, here. What's happening? I don't understand at all. Seriously, I don't understand. So much I'm talking, sorry, Father.
It's okay, my dear, it's okay. We were just in this question, what is interest? We said no attention, belief also not there, but there's some interest. Now what is this interest? Interest must be just this sense of willingness to give something meaning, isn't it? It's just this willingness. I'm interested means I'm checking it as to what can be given some meaning or not. What is interest? If you're saying that interest is prior to belief, then must be that impulse to go and check out what can be meaningful or not. Yeah. So now you say, okay, interest is the problem. So don't be interested.
I don't want to be, but it seems like it's going automatic. Just like how, I know it doesn't sound right, but like how I used to give belief automatically and interest automatically. I think it's looking for some meaning to get me back on the track or something like that.
Something. It's looking for some meaning from this. So know that there will be no meaning coming from thought. No meaning will be coming from thought. You stay with me. You stay like this for a few minutes, just a couple of minutes. Let everything come and go. No interest, no belief. Attention is okay. Whatever it wants to do is okay. Even this what's happening is just another thought. Nothing is happening. And nothing is not happening. Just another thought. have to throw away the thermometers. This me, you don't take it back now. And also thermometer also you give to me.
Checking one.
Give me this barometer, thermometer, whatever tools we have to measure where we are, what's happening, is it right or wrong, right track, wrong track, is it done, do it, finish it. All of this you give to me.
Okay, sir. Even this report is being
Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai.
Shri Ananta speaking.
Okay.